You've spent 3 hours tweaking an agent's role description, and it still ignores half your instructions. Sound familiar? The real problem usually isn't your prompt. It's that LangChain and CrewAI think about roles in fundamentally different ways. And if you're using one with the other's mental model, you're fighting the framework the whole way. Let's start with how LangChain actually handles this. In LangChain, an agent's role isn't really a first-class concept. You're wiring together a language model, a system prompt, and a set of tools, and the role lives entirely inside that prompt string. That gives you enormous flexibility. You can shape behavior line by line, but it also means there's no guardrail. If you tell your agent it's a meticulous financial analyst, and then hand it a web search tool with a vague instruction, nothing stops it from wandering off into general chit-chat. The role is a suggestion, not a structure. CrewAI flips that around. Here, roles are the architecture. When you define an agent, you explicitly set a role, a goal, and a backstory as separate fields, and the framework bakes those into every interaction. The backstory in particular does more work than people expect. It's not flavor text, it's behavioral anchoring. An agent whose backstory says, "You have 10 years of experience catching accounting errors others miss," will genuinely second-guess sloppy numbers more aggressively than one without that context. CrewAI treats identity as scaffolding you build on, not a paragraph you hope the model reads carefully. The divergence gets sharper when you look at task assignment. In LangChain, you typically assign work through the flow of your code. You route inputs to specific agents, or you build a supervisor that decides who handles what at runtime. It's explicit and programmatic. You're the traffic controller. That's powerful for deterministic pipelines where you know exactly which agent should touch which step, but it means you're writing and maintaining that routing logic yourself. CrewAI, by contrast, attaches tasks directly to agents as declarative objects. You create a task, describe its expected output, and bind it to the agent best suited for it. Then a process, sequential or hierarchical, governs execution. In hierarchical mode, a manager agent actually delegates tasks to the others based on their roles, which is where CrewAI's role-first design pays off. Because every agent has a clearly declared specialty, the manager has real signal to route on. Your researcher gets research, your writer gets writing, and you didn't hand-code a single if statement to make that happen. So what should you reach for? If you need surgical control, custom routing logic, and tight integration with a larger LangChain application, stay in LangChain and invest in disciplined, structured prompts. Treat your system message like a contract with explicit constraints and refusal conditions. If you're orchestrating a team of specialists and you want role clarity to drive delegation automatically, CrewAI will save you enormous effort. The mistake is picking CrewAI and then stuffing everything into one God agent, or picking LangChain and expecting roles to enforce themselves. Here's the practical takeaway. Write your roles as constraints, not costumes. Instead of "you are a helpful marketing expert," say "you only produce headlines under 60 characters, you reject briefs missing a target audience, and you never invent statistics." That single shift improves fine-tuning results in both frameworks more than any parameter you'll tweak. Tomorrow I'm walking through the exact hierarchical CrewAI setup where a manager agent delegates to 3 specialists with 0 routing code. The build I only teased here. So subscribe now and you'll catch it the moment it drops.